Nikki from Nikki Lilly. So today I wanted to do a video that I wanted to do for a while, but I didn't really know whether I actually wanted to do it, whether you guys would want to see it, really if I felt confident enough to do it. This video is basically about how tough my year has been and why my year has been so tough. I wanted to share with you guys how I've been feeling. Ever since May, my life has been really hard, and I kind of wanted to explain why that is and what happened and why my eye is now a lot more swollen. I just feel like I owe it to you guys to give you an update on my life, and you guys are like my friends and I like to keep you guys updated. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys from the beginning about why this year has been so tough. Right, so I think I should start off with back when my operation happened. So as you guys may know, I go to Denver. Well, I was going to Denver every couple of months for medical treatment, and the reason that I go to Denver, if you are new here on the channel, is because I had 9 operations in England at a really known hospital, Great Ormond Street, and they were great. Everyone there was really friendly, but unfortunately the operations that I had didn't work and were actually making my AVM worse and less visible. Now, May was not a good month for me, and this year has just not been a good year. This has been a very difficult year for me. Before I get into what happened and everything, most of the time I'm a very happy and positive person, and I just think it's a lot better to be positive, because if you live your life with a positive outlook, it influences other people to be positive, and all in all you just end up being a more positive, happy person. But I've had days, and throughout this year I've had a lot of days where I haven't been able to do that, and I've just been very, very ill, very, very sad, very self-conscious, and just basically not myself really. And I don't really tell you guys when I'm having bad days, because obviously I always want to put a positive influence to you guys so that you have better days. But it has been a really hard year, and I'm not going to lie, there have been days where I literally have said to my mum, I'm so depressed and I really don't want to do anything. I've not even wanted to go out some days, like even just round the corner, because I'm so worried about what I look like, and I just don't feel well and I feel very down. And so in May I had an operation in Denver, and obviously just like every other operation I have in Denver, I went there, they put me off to sleep, which is like usual, but I woke up and my face was really not in a good way. Usually after my operations it's swollen, obviously, but my eye, this eye, it has gone down considerably in the amount that it's been swollen, but my eye was really, really bad. I had 3rd-degree burns here, which you might still be able to see like the healing of. I had 3rd-degree burns from the chemical they use to treat my AVM. They use something called ethanol, which is basically like medical alcohol, and they use that and inject it into my face so that the blood vessels that they don't want there can clot and thrombose, helping to prevent the growth of my AVM. But this time ethanol has got a lot of risks attached, because obviously it can cause burns, and you know that there are always side effects to everything you do, and there are always consequences to everything you do, but you never really take them into consideration. And after having 20 or nearly 30 operations, you never think that will happen, because so many have gone well. Not gone well obviously, because like I've had swelling and stuff, but gone the way that we wanted them to, besides the swelling. And so when you wake up and your face just almost doesn't look real because it is so swollen and so burnt, it is the hardest thing, because even talking about it, it does make me just look back and just think about how bad I looked. Not bad I looked in a sense like that I cared that I wasn't like that pretty, but how bad I looked in a sense of like after, I looked just so swollen and burnt, and yeah, it was just really hard. And I remember that I didn't actually know what I looked like. I remember all the doctors and my mum and dad saying, yeah, this operation has been a really hard one. Obviously I was too ill to get out of bed. So I remember when I'd come to the near end of my stay in hospital, I was trying to get up and start walking so that I was more mobile, and yeah, I was just getting myself ready to leave the hospital and trying to build my strength back up. And I remember walking to the toilet and just going toilet, and then I went to wash my hands and there was a mirror right above the sink, and I remember just looking at myself and just my heart sank basically, because I've never seen myself look that bad, and in all the operations I've had, I've never looked that bad. I've never been that swollen. I get very, very swollen, and I've never been that swollen, and I've never been burnt, and my face literally was to here, and it was that was when I kind of realised how hard this operation had been. When I first saw it, I thought that the swelling was going to take the usual amount of time to go down as it usually does, but I was just more swollen this time round. So I waited a week or 2 weeks, because that's usually how long my swelling takes to come down. My swelling still hadn't come down, my burns were still as bad, and then I waited another 2 weeks. My swelling was still as bad, my burns were still as bad, and so on and so on. So that was basically what happened throughout May and June and July. So I feel like the first 3 months it was really, really hard. I didn't go to school at all from May to July basically. I went in maybe a couple times in June and July, but not at all really. Yeah, that was basically what happened with my procedure. I had an extensive amount of swelling, and I got burnt by the alcohol that they used to treat me. So that was what happened in May, and that's why my eye looked how it did. And then in June I was admitted to Great Ormond Street Hospital because my burns were really bad. They were almost like infected, and they just needed some hospitalised treatment and antibiotics and things like that. If you guys were wondering what this thing is on my arm, I'm just gonna just put the bandage down, because I don't think you're gonna want to see what's underneath. But some of you guys have been wondering why I've got a bandage on my arm, hence basically this bandage. And the reason that I have a bandage on my arm is because whilst I was in hospital at Great Ormond Street, we all made a mutual agreement and decided to put a PICC line in my arm, which is basically a long-term cannula, or I don't know if you know what a cannula is, but it just helps get intravenous medicines into your bloodstream, basically, and into your body. So they put a PICC in, but that was quite traumatic as well, because I was awake for it, and when they put the stitch in, unfortunately, like, I could feel it because the local anaesthetic had worn off, so that really hurt. Then further on in like July, me and my family decided that we were going to start a new drug to help try and block the pathway that basically tells my AVM to continue growing. But even that has been hard and had some side effects, and that was one of the reasons why I got my PICC, because on this drug you have to go to hospital every week and get your blood count monitors and stuff, because obviously if you're on any new drug you have to have tests and stuff to make sure your body is dealing with it okay. So I'm having blood tests every week at the moment at Great Ormond Street, so they can monitor my blood count and things like that. But what's been most annoying and has also been getting me down, besides my eye, is that this tablet has been giving me severe acne, and I've mentioned it in other videos before, but I haven't really mentioned how much it's been getting me down. And it has really, really been getting me down. Like, I know so many other people go through acne, and I never really could understand how bad acne was before I actually had it. But people that have suffered with acne to a really bad extent, I honestly feel for you so much, because it sounds silly because it's just acne, but it's kind of stopped me loving makeup, because whenever I apply it I just see my acne, and it's just nothing that I try. No facials, no face washes, nothing, no antibiotics, no medicine, nothing's taking away the acne. And it's really hard, because it's like, do I stay on this treatment and hopefully one day my AVM will improve just by being on this tablet, or do I stop this tablet and stop my acne? It's just really hard, like, to choose from. So I'm a bit down at the moment, because on one hand I want to stop it so my acne goes away, but on the other hand I don't know if this could be an amazing thing for me in the future. So it's just really hard at the moment. I've had quite a few nosebleeds ever since May. I had like 3 hospitalization worth nosebleeds in summer, which was quite horrible. So yeah, like, my year has been very, very hard. I've felt very down, I've felt depressed, I've been very, very anxious. I've not been the confident, upbeat, positive Nikki. I mean, I have, like, obviously I am now, because I'm talking to you guys and you guys always make me feel better, but I haven't been like this all the time, and it's been very hard for me. But it's not all bad really, because I started year 9, and year 9 has actually been a great year so far. You do get a lot of homework, and we are starting to talk about GCSEs and stuff. But obviously I have my friends who I literally love to pieces. Like, if it wasn't for my friends, and obviously my family, but you end up kind of seeing your friends more than you do your family, because you're at school for 5 days and like over 7 hours. I'm really lucky to have a good amount of friends, and friends that I really trust and who I can literally just be around and be my crazy self and know they're not judging me on the way I look, and like, they're always there for me when I'm having a bad day and I feel really depressed or anxious or sad or underconfident. They're always there for me. So if any of you guys are watching, I love you. And teachers and family who are really supportive as well. Like, I just have such a strong support network. I'm actually really, really lucky to have the people that I do in my life. I'm so lucky. So thank you to my family and to my friends and to anyone that knows me. Just thank you. Like, even you guys, you are my support network, so thank you so much. Like, I never really sit down and think of how lucky I am to have so many people in my life that are there for me. I've actually started doing interviews with celebrities, which will soon, I'm not sure how soon, but will sometime this year and next year be on iPlayer. I've been interviewing some different celebrities, and there'll be short little interviews which you will be able to see on iPlayer, but obviously I'll tell you nearer the time when they are on. The reason I actually wanted to do this video was because on Thursday I actually went to YouTube headquarters, I guess you could say, and did a little bit of work for the Stop Speak Support campaign, which has actually been reformulated by Prince William. So I got to meet him, and I got to talk about cyberbullying and my experience with it. I met some lovely people. I met some youngsters who have been affected by cyberbullying, whose stories I was really touched by. And I also met some lovely YouTubers who you might have seen on my Instagram. It just made me feel so much more confident knowing that there are people out there that may not have a facial disfigurement but have some problems, and no one's perfect, and it made me feel a lot less alone. So I'm so glad that I went to that event, and it was actually one of the most amazing opportunities that I've been given through starting my YouTube channel. I'm just so grateful for all of you guys out there, wherever you are watching this video. I love you so much. This is for you. I hope this video was interesting. I feel like I rambled a lot, and I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do because I rambled so much. But I hope this made sense, and I hope this video was worth doing, because I know a lot of you guys have just been wondering how I've been and wanted an update on my life. I'm really glad I did this video, and I hope you guys are too. I love you guys so much. I will see you next week for a very special video, which I'm super excited about, and it's along the lines of cyberbullying and things like that. But I will see you very soon. I love you guys so much, and I hope you know that it's okay not to be okay, because we all have bad days. Sometimes we do feel rubbish, and it's okay to feel rubbish sometimes, and it's okay to not be positive and feel very negative and self-conscious. We all do it, but I just want you to know that no one's perfect and you're not alone. And anyone out there that's feeling alone or self-conscious or anything like that, please know that you're beautiful. And if you ever want to talk to me, then just direct message me on Instagram, YouTube or anything, and I will make sure to get back to you. I will pick you up if you're feeling a little bit down. I love you, and just know that you're enough and that it's okay to not feel your best sometimes. But yeah, bye.